Beth Moran, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a sponge-shaped heart. Since we do have Mother's Day coming up, I did think that we could take this week to sort of relax a little bit and just kind of get into our creative side and just have fun. So the activities that you will need for this craft is going to be some construction paper, any paper really, just anything where you could draw a shape and be able to cut it out. So I'm going to be using this one. You can use a sponge, but I'm going to be using cotton balls. They have the same effect. You can also get a clothespin if you have some kiddos that don't like to get their hands dirty. They could also just use a clothespin and have them stamped that way. And maybe some paper clips or some tape so that we could start out with making our hearts. Again, depending on where your kid is at, you could have him draw a heart and cut it out himself. You can help him draw out the heart as I'm going to do here, and then have them cut that shape out, or you could just cut out the shape for them. So I'm going to be doing this version where I just kind of draw one half and then have them cut it out like that. That way it's a little bit simpler. Okay, so now that we have our heart shape, we are going to use either a piece of tape or a piece of paper clips like this, just so that we could hold our shape, our heart, in place. And now that I'm doing it, tape would be a lot better for this activity to be able to hold it down. You could like fold a little piece of tape and put it on here, and then you're just gonna hold it in place. And so now we're gonna go ahead and start painting. So again, depending on what your kiddo is like, if he doesn't mind getting his hands dirty, go ahead and let him dip and then dip on here. Or you could have him just use a clothespin so that he doesn't get dirty. Personally, I don't really like to get dirty, so I'm gonna be using a clothespin. Okay, so yes, I'm gonna go ahead and just start stamping all around. And you can also get creative and use two colors. Maybe you could use, you can even use blue. I have blue here as my backup. You could use pink and combine colors so that it looks pretty. And also you can make the heart bigger if you'd like, or make it a little bit smaller if you want to do like a little card. But yes, it's overall a good activity. And I didn't add any paper on here, so this would be
actually meant tape, not paper.
To make this activity even harder, because you have to hold it in place using your non-dominant hand while you stamp. So this makes this activity a little bit even harder, because you really have to focus on not moving the heart. But you'd want to cover most of the page as possible. And I did have this here to put it under, just so that we wouldn't get it on the table. But I'm not going to get that close to the edge right now. But ideally, yeah, like you would want to be on top of something, so that way they could really go all around the edges and get all of that covered in. Okay, so then that should be leaving a nice little heart shape in the middle. And our last step here would be, once it's dry, I would allow it, maybe give it 2 to 3 minutes for it to dry. Okay, and so once it is nice and dry, you can go ahead and help them, or have them just write "I love you" or whatever message they would want to give to you. And then that could be a nice little Mother's Day card that you could give to you. And I did want to show here other alternatives to this activity. To make this activity a little bit easier, you could just use a dot art marker. So using a dot art marker would be a way to make this activity a lot easier. Instead of having that tripod grasp to grasp the little cotton ball, or the pincer grasp to grasp the clothespin, they could use their whole hand. That way they have a better grasp on it, and they could just go in and stamp that way. And they could cover the paper like that. And in this case, you would be the one maybe holding this in place, or like I said, you could put tape at the bottom, and then they could go in and stamp all the way around. another alternative for this, if you don't want to use markers, you can always have them just use crayons or anything that they like. They can always use like any kind of crayon, and then again, while the heart is under glued or tape, you could just have them color all around. You can also even do a combination of all three things. That would probably look really pretty too. So them coloring and painting and maybe doing some dot art in there if they do have all of the materials. And yeah, I think it actually looks really nice. Okay, thank you.